Hello friends! This is day 6 and 7 of my road trip, which both were full days in Zion National Park. I did actually record something yesterday, but I was so tired that I forgot until the very end of the day, and the sun had kind of set in the canyon, so the lighting was very bad. So we're gonna go with a double today. Yes. Yesterday, which was day 6, I decided to hike the Narrows. But on the recommendation of Abby Martin, she said I shouldn't go in the morning because the water is chilly, which is good when it's 100 degrees outside during the day, but not so good when it's 60 degrees out in the morning and then the water is 60 and the air is 60, and it's not a great combination. Anyway, so on a recommendation, I went at 9, but it took me an hour to get up there. So it was like 10 a.m. by the time I got into the water, which was lovely. I think that was the perfect time to go because it was just warming up enough, but I wasn't dying. Yes. So the Narrows was quite a fun hike. I didn't get quite as far as I thought I would. I was like, oh yeah, this is super easy. I can do this. No problem. The further in you get, the faster the water flows and the more difficult it becomes. So I got past Wall Street to this boulder pair. I don't know, that's what it's called in the hiking app I was using. That was basically 2 boulders in the middle of the Virgin River. And to the left, I could see people swimming. Only a couple people swam, and to the right there were people climbing over this rock from waist deep water. There was waist deep water beforehand, so that wasn't the problem. I was just watching as females my height weren't able to get over this rock without assistance. Some guys who were taller than me could do it, but since I'm alone, I was like, you know what, maybe this isn't the best idea. Then someone coming the other way told me that just a little bit past that there was chest deep water that you couldn't avoid. So I thought it was time to turn around. So I did. And I don't feel bad though, because it pretty much seems everybody turned around at that point or just beyond that point. Chest deep water was not in my thought process for the day. Yes. On the bus back, I met a WashU grad student who is in the 2nd year studying at the med school, my PhD program, which was pretty cool. Crazy world, right? Yeah. Definitely, I enjoyed the Narrows a lot, especially Wall Street in that area, because a lot of people had already turned around by that point, so it was a little bit more secluded. I mean, a little bit more, there were still people there, but in the grand scheme of things, wasn't that bad, kind of. But everyone here has been super nice, and I've gotten people to take pictures of me by just offering to take pictures of them. Pretty easy, right? Yes. So I was pretty beat after that hike. I actually went to the brewery, which is just across the bridge in Springdale, and I had a beer in the beer garden. Well, I tried to have burger, but the wait was an hour and I was starving, so I just went for a beer, which might not have been the best idea as I hadn't eaten any food since lunchtime. Anyways, I was able to talk to some people about photography, and that was fun. Then I actually fell asleep while I was uploading the Bryce Canyon vlog. Usually I try to stay awake for it to make sure it goes through. Of course, the cell service here is great, so I don't have to worry about it going through or not, but yeah, I fell asleep very quickly. Which kind of bled into the morning. I thought I was going to wake up earlier because it's very windy overnight here. So windy that actually wakes me up, but I must have been exhausted from that hike because I didn't wake up until must have been like 6:30 because I didn't set an alarm. I'd planned to head out earlier to hike the West Rim Trail, not the full thing, but just as much as I felt was good, because I ended up not getting a permit for Angel's Landing. I tried 3 times, can't say I didn't try, but I decided that I would anyways go down there and kind of hike around the area, see some nice vistas and stuff like that. Yeah, So got on the bus in the morning. Wasn't as busy as it was at 9 a.m. I was on the bus like 7:30, I think is when I got on the bus. Yes. So got to the trail by 8, and I actually met this nice couple. We got off the bus together, and we were kind of hiking the same speed. I ended up behind them, and then offered to take their picture, and they offered to take mine, and then basically ended up hiking the entire hike together. We're a bunch of them from Chicago, and yeah, it was nice talking with them. So hiked all the way up past Scouts Landing, which was cool, but it was quite short. And then if you continue on the West Rim Trail, a lot of people don't do that. They just kind of go to Scouts Landing, Scouts Lookout, and they see Angels Landing. They're like, cool, don't have permits, and they turn around and go back down. But we just kept going, and it was totally worth it because there's probably just as great vistas because the guy who I was hiking with, he had done Angels Landing before, but she hadn't. And he said the vistas were the other direction, so we weren't looking towards Springdale, we're looking down a different canyon, but they were just as beautiful. And we didn't have to get a permit or risk our lives on chains to get there. And it was gorgeous. We got up to this nice mesa area where it appeared the trail had about 2 miles more of climb before it got to a bigger mesa, and just kind of decided at that point, I was tossing, they wanted to turn around, and I was kind of tossing around the idea of keep going, but it was another 2 miles before we'd get to like maybe a viewpoint and like a meadow or something like that. And I was just like, like 2 miles is fine, but I have to hike that 2 miles back, so I decided against that one. Yeah, so I actually got a lot of pictures from today of me, particularly because they were great, and I got a lot of pictures, and I also took pictures of them as well. He was also doing some photography, which was also really fun to talk about that. Yeah, I was happy I had them there. Oh, together we also met a nice couple on the trail who were celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary in Zion, which, I mean, this trail was not easy, so I was very proud of them, and it was cool to see them out there and still going up and down the trails. So when I'm that age, I'd love to be doing that too. Rest of the day, I got back pretty early. Rest of the day, I went and did some laundry, so I have some clean tank tops because while I will be approaching colder weather soon, I still have probably like a week more of, well, not even a week, probably like 4 days more of warm weather before I hit Oregon and Washington, where it'll be cooler. So, whatever. What else? Oh, I did finally get my burger. I had a Linner. I'm probably gonna go down and get ice cream from the store. I kind of told myself I wasn't gonna do that kind of stuff on this trip, but then I came to the conclusion that like I really should eat good food at least once a week. Backpacking meals are great, pasta with red sauce are great, but at some point it gets to be a bit much. So had an elk burger at the brewery. I didn't get a beer again this time because it's kind of the middle of the day and it's really hot. And yeah, so it'll be another week before I'm in civilization again. But yeah! Since then, I've just been hanging out at my campsite in the shade, trying to take a picture of these lizards, but I'm kind of camera shy, so don't think I'm gonna be able to get a picture of them. You can just imagine they're about 10 inches long, and they're pretty cool, and they, like to have staring contests with me. So, yes. Anyways, this has been Zion National Park. Commander Z, signing off.